Hey guys, just wanted to give you one last shot of what I look like with my teal braces. There's a car pulling up. Hey guys, just wanted to give you one last shot of what I look like with my teal braces. There's a car pulling up. Yeah, so here's my teal O-rings that I have had put on originally when I first had my braces put on, which was last month. And today I am going back for my first follow-up with my orthodontist, and I just wanted to bring my phone with me to record as much as I can. I don't like to get in the way of the orthodontist doing his work, so I take pictures and videos as I can. The assistant is extremely okay with it. She will kind of move sometimes she'll move sometimes to allow me to get the video or pictures that I want. She knows that, this isn't something that's cheap to do, and you don't just have your braces on for a few days. So she said that quite a few people bring their camera. She said there's even been times where there's people that bring I think it will probably be the iPhone, and they do FaceTime with someone else that couldn't have made to the appointment so that they can see what's going on. That can be a little cumbersome though, because I can tell my brackets are moving a little bit, or excuse me, my braces, because my teeth hit different light at different angles now. So but anyways, yeah, the assistant said that she understands wanting to document it. She has had braces herself years ago, and I think actually, and again as an adult. So she's had braces twice, so she does understand that. So yeah, I'm hoping to be able to record as much as I can. And again, when the orthodontist actually gets back into parts of the process that he needs to be in to put things where he wants them, because he's a specialist. He knows what he's doing. I try not to put the camera in his way because I want him to be able to do what he needs to do. And so I am almost there, and I'll see you here shortly. Okay, so yeah, I just got out of the orthodontist appointment, and I chose pink as a color change. And I'm trying to drive back home now. And this follow-up appointment, he did not change my wires. I don't know if you like the color or not. Can't really see. But it was teal. And the teal lasted quite some time. Didn't stain. I don't really drink dark beverages anyways. Every once in a while, maybe coffee, sweet iced tea, but not too often. And of course, you can never brush enough when you have braces, so it's constant brushing. So yeah, the appointment itself took about 20 minutes, and the only thing he did was just make sure that he could see how my bite was hitting, and to see if there was any adjustments he needed to make for that. And sorry, I'm just trying to watch traffic at the same time as I'm recording this. Anyways, he wanted to make sure that my bite was touching where it needed to be for how he's planning on my teeth to be moving, and he's pretty happy with the progress. Gave me an A+ on brushing and flossing. And with flossing, it is extremely hard when you have braces. I won't lie, seems like it takes forever. And with his new bands, though, with not changing the wire, by the way, is something he doesn't want to do just yet. He said my next visit, that is something that he would do. He, again, said that the O-rings, and changing those, he could have just put the same collar back on, but regardless, if there's a car next to me. So yeah, this is kind of awkward. And one over on that side as well. But anyways, he could have put the same collar back on if I chose to just stay with teal. However, nevertheless, what color it could be, the O-rings do lose their elasticity. They do get stretched out. And of course, you know, having them on for however it is, or however long it is that you follow up, go back after, you know, each initial visit, whether it be 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Every patient is different. I think the average is 4 weeks for most. Some, or actually for most, are 6 weeks, some for 4. But anyways, what I was saying was the O-rings, they do lose their elasticity. You know, they're stretched over a bracket. They're very tiny, of course, and they're there to hold that wire in place. Besides them being aesthetically pleasing, I guess, they really do serve a purpose, and that wire that's running in between each bracket, the O-rings are there to keep that on. So no matter what color it is that you choose, when he said he wanted to reactivate the wire that I'm currently in, he just told me choose a color, any color, so I chose pink, which you can't see very well in this recording right now because I'm in my car driving, and hopefully this pink doesn't stain. But in changing the O-rings, when I asked him what reactivating means, he said, you know, those O-rings that you've had on for 6 weeks now, they got stretched out. You know, being on there and you brushing them, you're moving them kind of a little bit around. So they put new rings on, and that, again, so he says reactivates the wire and tightens it back up again and pushes it tighter against your teeth. And so yeah, that's all we did today. And I was going to take footage while I was there with the assistant. Like I mentioned earlier, she is very nice, just like the orthodontist is as well. They're both very professional, very nice. But the orthodontist, I really don't like to have my camera out taking photos or video because I don't want to get in his way. You know, he actually knows where things need to be and where he wants it to be, so he knows what he is to be doing for next time. So I didn't record any footage, and that visit was only, you know, 20 minutes. So it felt like 5 minutes actually. So that was a pretty easy first follow-up, and I'm pretty excited still, and I'm having no pain. There was a wire though that he had my top upper right arch, where it was kind of long, and they do it that way on purpose. When your teeth do start to widen out your arch, they have it long like that, and I told him it just kept getting caught on my cheek. It didn't cut the inside of my cheek really, but what it had been doing is just leaving marks. I was putting wax on it, but I wanted my inner cheek to get used to that feeling, so I left that there, but you know, I went ahead and told him, because he said he didn't mind clipping it, so that's what he did. He was just clipped the end of it off. He said he left enough sticking out so that now you really can't see me because of the, there we go. Anyways, he clipped the end of that wire because he said he doesn't want me to be in any pain. He said the most important is to, of course, take care of my teeth and, you know, put my teeth where they need to be. But what his main goal is comfort, simultaneously with him doing what he needs to do. So I'll go ahead and get this wrapped up, and I will probably be back here in a few minutes after I get home, and I'll record just a little bit more and show you. I'll flip my camera around so that you can see closer pictures of my new O-rings. I think it's a cute pink, and I'm going to cross my fingers that it doesn't stain or fade, because the teal did great as far as not doing that. Okay, see you soon. Okay, so now I am back home. Sorry, it is not really the best to be recording, of course, when you're driving. Kind of have to really, you know, pay attention to the road instead of the phone. But try to do simultaneously, try to multitask there. It isn't always, it's easier said than done. But anyways, now that I'm back home, I just wanted to show you, I'm trying to find the best lighting here. I'm standing in front of my window trying to do that. But like I was saying, he didn't change my wire. As you can see, it's still the same thin wire as it was. And he said he just wants to, quote unquote, reactivate the current wire that I'm in. And again, with that, I did ask him what that meant. And when he said, well, you know, just think about it. The O-rings that I first put on, the teal ones on you, wrap those around the brackets. They're a little bit of a thicker O-ring. And, you know, over time they lose their elasticity, like I was saying earlier. And with that being said, you know, you're brushing them, not necessarily moving them around with your brush. The purpose, of course, besides being, like I said, it's aesthetically pleasing, is so hard to talk. And I can already feel a difference with these new O-rings that he put on. These look like they're not as thick as the teal ones were. I can't really tell, unless it's just that it's because it's not of a deep as a shade of color, that it's just not as recognizable, I guess. But nevertheless, though, the teal ones, those O-rings, I asked him, you know, I thought O-rings were just O-rings and they all just varied in different colors. And he's like, yeah, pretty much, but the teal ones were a little bit thicker. And of course, over time, when you brush your teeth and stuff, you might move around just a little bit, but they're wrapped so tight, and their main job is to be wrapped around each bracket. And that is what holds that wire in, that they put through each, run that wire through each bracket. You know, that's what they're using. Of course, they can tighten and loosen, with, however they want to along your journey of your braces. But the O-ring is just to really just be wrapped around that bracket. And then, when I asked him what reactivating meant, because of the fact that he didn't do a wire change today, was because, he said he wants my teeth to move slowly, since I do have a kind of a difficult case, and with the crossbite that I have, see how my left side of my lower arch wants to go to the left, which I think probably in the camera here it's probably showing you to the right, but my lower arch, when I bring my teeth forward and try to put them together, see, my lower arch goes to the left. He's going to eventually try to fix that with the elastics, and those are completely different than the O-rings. Those are what they hook, you know, on and do different shapes with, depending on how they want your teeth to move around. So yeah, they just put new O-rings on today, and I didn't take any pictures or video there. I'm so sorry, but since it was the orthodontist himself, like I mentioned earlier, I don't like to get in his way. I want him to be able to move freely and not have a camera blocking him for what he needs to do. You know, but this isn't a cheap ordeal, and it is a long journey of, you know, at least a minimum of 2 years, for me anyways. So I want him to be able to put things in perspective, get perspective, and put things in place where he needs to have it. And he was looking today, and he just had me keep biting down, he wanted to just see where my bite was at. And I appreciate that, because in the next appointment he will actually know where he wants to, what steps he wants to take next. So with that being said, he also did look at the bite blockers, because yes, those are things I had built up in my teeth right here and here. And what those do is, the reason I have those is to allow your teeth to sit exactly where he needs them. You know, he could have just put the braces on the top initially and left the bottom alone, but he wanted to go ahead and do tops and bottoms, so that part would just be done and out of the way. And I appreciated that, because so that way I don't have to go through that process twice. And it wasn't extremely painful. Just would prefer not to have to go in there and have the braces put on twice. Tops first, bottoms second. But anyways, he put the bite blockers on there to kind of hold my upper arch up a little bit. So when I do close my teeth like that, it doesn't allow for those upper teeth to come down and hit the brackets on the bottom of my lower teeth, which I feel like is kind of, as my teeth are moving, I do feel like my canines are actually just barely coming into contact with the brackets that are directly on the tooth below them. He did check today, and it is extremely close, but he does want to just leave things as they are. And he said with putting new O-rings on, since these are brand new, and they will may cause a little soreness, but nothing that I won't be able to handle. And so yeah, that's all that happened today. Okay, and one thing I haven't done yet, because I just kept on talking and talking, was flip my camera around so it's a little bit more of a clear picture for you, so that you can see my braces. Again, I did change from teal to pink. Fingers crossed that these don't stain or lighten. I really love pink. It's one of my favorite colors, pink and teal. But again, I guess as I was mentioning earlier, when I asked him about reactivating the wire per se, it's not that any of the O-rings really are different. Of course, the color of them are different, but these, and I was curious earlier if these are a little bit thinner of an O-ring, but he's like, nope, all the O-rings are the same. It's just the teal ones, they were looking thicker because they were losing their elasticity and getting stretched out. Reactivating the wire with putting brand new O-rings on forces that wire harder against your teeth. And now that I've been back from my appointment for a little while, I will have to say that I do notice some more pressure on my teeth. So it's not that I can't handle this pain, but if it might end up becoming more intense, I might just take some ibuprofen. But other than that, I haven't really needed ibuprofen, to be honest with you, much. At least for the pain of my teeth. And I'm sure that, as time goes on, he will be changing my wire. He did say next time to a heavier, thicker gauge. So, yeah, that's probably not really something I'm looking forward to, but it's just all part of it. So again, I hope that you liked my video, and don't forget to, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. I would appreciate for you to be part of my YouTube family. And if you have any comments or suggestions, anything you'd like to know, please leave it in the comments below. I love to converse with my subscribers. And also, you can also follow me over on Instagram. I am on Facebook from time to time. I am more so on Instagram. So if you'd like to follow me over there, a link for that, those social medias will be down below as well.